Bloody Sam. So today is part 2 of our Fire and Flood by Victoria Scott read-along, and I'm responding to your first video. Obviously the rest of you are here as well, but Sam, I'm just going to chat about a few of the points that came up in your video. So firstly, you discussed how you are intrigued by the serial killer guy, and I think I am too, but I think I'm definitely thinking that he is the love interest, because it always starts where they hate the guy and they're like, oh, he's weird and he's creepy and ooh, and then they love him. So I think that's going to be it. There's got to be some reason why though that he's acting a bit like a serial killer. So I'll be intrigued to see where we go with that one. I'm totally with you on the writing style. It's drawn me in, it's made me want to read it some more, and actually I think we're on the same page, aren't we? Because I think I would give the first part a 4 star. Now moving on to my part 2 thought. Part 2 is called The Rain, and we are in the jungle. This is the first leg of the competition, and they're told that they must get to the base camp, and they have 2 weeks to do it. And in order to do this, to help them find their way, they have to look for the flags. There's flags around the jungle which, if they find, will help them find their way along. Tella's really keen to form an alliance and to form a group of people that she can travel with, but everyone disappears. Everyone seems to be just going out for themselves, so she heads off alone and she really struggles. And then she sees the serial killer guy and she is helped by him, and so she sort of follows behind him, sneaking behind him, because she doesn't want to be alone. And then later in this part, she meets up with a group of people and we start to get to know some of the other characters and the reasons that they're getting involved in the race. I did feel, for me, this part dragged ever so slightly. I felt it was a little bit slower paced and that we were in the jungle for quite a long time. However, I kind of see how it's necessary in order to build on the story and build on that actual character development. And, you know, I did enjoy meeting some of the other characters. I'm not keen, it's not that I'm not keen on the love interest, but I did feel that it was a little cliche, and I kind of predicted that this guy was going to be some sort of love interest for her. But I'm intrigued to see how Victoria Scott's going to deal with this, because obviously they're all in the race to try and save someone close to them who's dying, so, you know, it's not going to be like the Hunger Games. One thing I really hate, I really don't like about this so far, is I don't like how Tella is so envious of Harper. I don't like this portrayal that she feels that anybody that is pretty must be horrible. I don't like the fact that it feels like Harper has to prove herself to be good just because she's pretty. That's one thing that I just grated on me a little bit in this, and it wasn't just sort of a passing comment. I felt like it was like made a bit of a deal out of. So that was one thing I just didn't like in this part, unfortunately. I really enjoyed the Pandora progression, however, in this part, and the sort of mystery behind the Pandoras. So that was something that I really enjoyed. I still think that there's something to do with the family, and that her family know more than she thinks. That's just something that a feeling I'm getting from it so far. And also, like, what is Guy's deal? Like, why is he there? What's going on with him? I'm intrigued to see there. Anyway, that's my roundup of part 2. Come back in 2 days for my response to Sam's part 2 and my roundup of the book. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now, BookTube.